$2,000 or something, and I took that, and they fixed it into the Rolex, and then I'm happy I went off saying, I'm much smarter than the Rolex company, and I have this spare part that Indian market always has, and I could manage my watch new, running condition. 3 days afterwards, I wake up to see my watch doesn't have the crown again. I don't know where it fell off. I traveled to that fellow again and I said, you took 2,000, you took $2,000 from me and the crown fell off. He said, sir, ये तो Rolex है sir. 2,000 का काम, 2,000 में काम कहाँ से आएगा? No, you really can't do anything 2,000. I tried another option, it failed. Finally, I said the only thing that will stick to it is a Rolex genuine part. That's true. We are designed by God, we are manufactured by God, we are made by God, we are created by God, and we are instituted by God, and we are put on this earth by God. You really can't find yourself satisfaction. You really can't find yourself a purpose. You really can't find yourself an answer to your questions, to life's deep, basic, principal questions, without meeting your Creator. It is He who is your authentic Maker, who has the power, who has the strength and the capacitance and the potence within Himself. He alone can really put genuine parts. And until you put a genuine part, you're not going to work properly. You are created to meet your Maker. When God created you, He created emptiness in you so that you will be satisfied the moment that emptiness is filled. This bottle has been manufactured to be carrying water. And all the time I don't carry water, but I carry this empty bottle. And if this bottle had the gift of language and speech, then it would be telling me I am not satisfied. I tell it, I put you in the AC car. I always keep you cold. Then it says, no, I'm not satisfied. I tell you, I always put you on the table. Then it says, I'm not satisfied. Then I tell you, I put you in the most expensive flights. Then it says, no, I'm not satisfied. Then I tell it, I put you beside a very beautiful technologically used laptop and a pad and a phone and so many other gadgets. It says I'm not satisfied. Then I ask it, what? How will you be satisfied? Then it will tell me I am designed to be carrying water, and only when I'm filled with water and somebody like you drinks this water, I will be really satisfied. Just to get satisfaction for the bottle. It is never satisfied when empty. It is satisfied when full. It was created empty, but it will be satisfied only when made full. My dear brother and sister, you are created with an emptiness and a vacuum that only God can fill. Until God fills that vacuum within your heart, you cannot be truly satisfied. This is my life. I'm not speaking theology, I'm not speaking out of my brain, I'm not speaking out of books, I'm not speaking religion, I'm not speaking Christianity, I'm not speaking Bible, I am speaking my story. I was born into a Christian family that had a Christian Orthodox heritage of 350 years. And I was born into a very Orthodox Christian family, but for 16 years, be born to a very highly placed government official. My father was a very highly placed state official. And my mom hailed from a very respectable family. Being born in an educated family and attending the then best school of Hyderabad by the name of Little Flower High School in Abbots, and going to one of the best churches, one of the first churches to be built in the Twin Cities, St. George's Church, Abbots. Having the richest of friends, traveling on chartered flights when I was way back in class 7 and class 8. Only me and my friend, with an attendant to attend us. This was my lifestyle. 16 years, all 16 years, all the sophisticated things around me. 16 years, all the endowment and the bestowment upon me because of my family kept me unsatisfied. When I was 16, when I was exactly in my intermediate second year or in my +2, that was the day. Because of the overburdening of loneliness and lack of purpose, I was satisfied in every way. I was very happy. I was very cool. Education was going on well. Everything was nice and good. But I was not satisfied. I traveled to Vijayawada on September 30th, on September 29th, 1999 to commit suicide because I didn't have an answer. I tried to fill up my vacuum with friends. I had so many friends, rich friends, poor friends, talented friends, non-talented friends, polished ones, unrefined ones, cultured ones, not very cultured people, strong ones, weak ones. I had a different conglomerate of friends, but then none could really satisfy me. My education was going on good. Religion-wise, Christian-wise, I was a very good Christian on the outside. Everything was fine on the outside, but then I was so empty inside that I wanted to end my life. And then I wanted to jump off the Krishna barrage in Vijayawada and then drown into the waters of Krishna river and then end my life. But that day, somebody good, God, spoke through a person. And I got the news saying, God created you with a vacuum that only God can fill. That day I broke down. They asked God, Lord, you created me. I believe you created me. I didn't make myself. Today you design your clothes, but you don't design your body. Today you decide the creams and you decide the beauty treatments you take at the spa you go, and you decide the salon you go, but you don't decide your complexion. You decide the way you need to walk, but you don't decide the way your legs are. You want to make your heart healthy, but you don't decide your pulse. They were all decisions made by God. God made you, designed you in a way that only He can fill. And that day, when I met this message that only God can satisfy me, I came onto my knees in an empty hall, tears flowing down, desperation around me, and despondency and loneliness flooding around me. I broke out and I cried out in the air saying, if you are there, if you are there, do something. Do something or else I'm going to die this night. That night, something really happened. I met my Creator. It was not a supernatural experience. It was a sudden flood of joy and happiness and satisfaction that flooded me. Supernatural joy that flooded me. A joy full of glory. And my life was changed. Then I came to know I need friends, but I can stay without friends. I need money, but I can stay without money. I need life, but even after life is over, there is a purpose that stands with me. And I met my God that day. That day my life changed. What does it profit a man if he gains the whole world? Maybe you're trying to gain things. After you get the thing, you will not be satisfied. Maybe you're trying to buy a new bike or a new car or a new phone or a new tab or a new home or a new holiday package. After all this is over, you're going to be empty very soon again. After you take a bike and you travel enough on that bike, the satisfaction is gone. In business, I think they call it, I'm not a business student, but I'm an engineer of a profession, and I think they call it law of diminishing returns. So every time you get the returns, it diminishes, and it diminishes. That is true with life. That's true with life. You take anything in this world. You can take this statement for its letter. You take anything material in this world. It obeys the laws of diminishing returns. You hold a cigar in your hand. The first first time the first time you fag a cigar, it'll give you so much of satisfaction that one is enough for 2 days. As days go on and days turn to weeks and weeks turn to months, you find yourself helping yourself with a cigar every 2 hours or 3 hours, because the joy and the satisfaction that the cigar gave in the beginning diminished, and now it's able to keep you satisfied only for 5 or 6 minutes. The first time you watched a film, you were thinking about that film for a month or 2. But then the law of diminishing returns even works there. And then over years, you watch films over your laptop. You will watch films when you're taking a flight. You watch films when you're on the bus or the metro or the sharing auto. And then the moment the film is over, everything is over. Law of diminishing returns works. Everything is coming. Everything that is coming materially is diminishing in the satisfaction that it gives you. It is only infinity that can really satisfy us. It is only somebody who is bigger than us who can satisfy us. It is only somebody who created you who can satisfy you, because He knows your hunger, He knows your pain, He knows your questions, He knows your quest, He knows your thirst, He knows your deep desires, and it is only God who is big enough to answer your life's questions. It is no school on earth, it is no teacher on earth, no educationalist, no philanthropist, or no philosopher, or no poet, or no scholar, or nobody in this whole earth who can really satisfy you, because they themselves are not satisfied. A human being cannot really help a human being. It is only God who can really help you, because it is He who created you. You and I are God's design. So the first thing, only God can satisfy you. Now the second thing. The second question is, the Bible says, if he loses his soul, even if he gains the whole world, but he loses his soul, what's the use? And we all know Michael Jackson. He was one of the most famous singers and most famous personality in the arena of music. He was the most celebrated professional of his time. He was extremely famous. There was a euphoria hitting people when he appeared on the stage. People were Jackson maniac. They were mad about him. And he died. The post-mortem reports came back. His intestines contained few capsules of drugs. A most celebrated music professional and artist, somebody whose scale and range cannot be achieved by so-called today's professionals. This man died only having his intestines to be scanned and diagnosed. A few capsules of drugs. He was able to seemingly satisfy billions. But he needed drugs to satisfy himself. You need God to satisfy you. But how? Your question may be, where do I get God? Which shop do I get God? Or do I get Him on the Amazon or the Quicker? Do I get a second-hand God on the Quicker? Or do I get a EMI installment available God on the Snapdeal? Or where do I get God? There is no site, or there is no internet selling company that can really sell God. He's too big. He's too big. And one day I was reading a humorous thing on a magazine, and it said it was an atheist who was a scientist speaking to a Christian God, and he said he was writing to God, and he said, "Oh God, your Bible says that you came onto this world and you created man out of mud. This is a challenge. We are so technologically advanced and sophisticated in our own thinking. We know the intricacies of biological genetics, and we are so profoundly educated and so eloquent in the language of chemistry and biochemistry and biomedicines, and we can create man. So here is the competition. You come down a certain day, a certain time to a certain venue. You will be the most photographed person, and we will have the whole media standing out there. This is the competition. An atheist scientist on one side and the God of the Bible on one side, and both of us will start to create man from mud, and we will see who will do it quickly. And then the humor goes, and God came that day. The whole world was present as the audience. And then this man takes, this scientist, this atheist scientist takes his mud, and then God takes his mud, and then the empire comes, and then he blows his whistle, and both of them start working. When God says, excuse me, atheist scientist, can you please bring your own mud? Don't touch mine. The scientist cannot make his own mud. Leave about making man from mud. It requires God to make even mud. Leave about making man from mud. And you know, the very definition of atheist, it says, there is no God. There is no God. If you have to say there is no God, it means you have to search the whole universe with a very strong, all-wise mind and tell that I know the whole universe with my all-knowing wisdom to prove that there is nobody who can search the whole universe. That is atheism. This God, where do we meet him? The Bible says, man cannot meet with God because he is too big. He is too huge. There was once a pastor driving on the countryside, and when he was driving on the countryside, he was very lazily accelerating his vehicle. And then as he was going through the country, there were big ants that were walking in a line that were trying to cross the road. And then with pity on the ants, he stopped his vehicle. He got off his vehicle, he parked it off, and he came to the ants and he said, "Oh ants, I love you.